What's up everyone, welcome to Tech Savvy Buyer. So today I got my hands on the Teclast X4. I've actually had some time, a few weeks to play around with this and kind of give you guys a good assessment if I think this tablet is worth it. Now first thing you guys can probably already notice is that it's very similar to Microsoft's Surface. And I think that was very intentional with the way they designed this, just so that it would be more appealing. So there's a lot of good things about this tablet slash laptop, as well as some things that they can improve on for their future revisions. But today I'm gonna walk you guys through exactly what you get inside the package, what specs are inside this, and how this thing overall performs for your day-to-day multitasking and day-to-day, different things that you may do with a office type netbook. So out in the open, guys, I will not recommend this as a gaming laptop or a gaming tablet. However, there are some good things that you can use it for gaming applications, and I'll touch on that during this video, but I'm gonna try and keep this as concise as possible so that you guys get the most value for this. So before we go ahead and start all that stuff, I do want to give a huge shout out to GVG Mall. They are the sponsor, an official sponsor of my channel, and have been, so that's why you guys are getting killed by their ads. But they definitely help support my channel, which is why I'd like to introduce you guys to GVG Mall if you have not already heard of them. So let's get a word from them.
Today's video is sponsored by GVGMall.com. GVG Mall carries a wide variety of game currencies and gift cards that you could use to take your gaming to the next level. If you're looking for a fresh copy of Windows or Microsoft Office, then you can certainly find those on GVGMall.com as well. They are priced very competitively and offer legit copies of Microsoft software. You can pick up a copy of Windows 10 Pro for under 15 bucks. Visit GVGMall.com for more information and use code TSB to save during checkout.
So welcome back, guys. Let's kick off with a very quick unboxing. So inside the box, it's very basic, very simple. You get your actual tablet itself. It comes with a pre-installed screen protector, which is a very nice touch, as well as a little film on top that gives you a quick highlight of the major specs inside this. You also get a power supply cord, which is pretty much the only thing you're gonna need with this laptop. So those are the two big things you get. You do get some little content manuals and whatnot, but we're not really gonna cover that in today's video. And that is pretty much how quick and easy the unboxing was. So now with the unboxing aside, let's cover some of the different features that are on this tablet. On the top of it, you have access to your power button. You've got the volume rocker button as well, and you even have a slot for a micro SD card if you wanna expand the storage. On the right side of the tablet, you have an access to a USB 3.0 power port that also has power delivery available in it. So you can charge power banks with it, you can charge different devices with it if that's what you choose to do. You have a USB Type-C connector there as well to use as a display out option if you choose to. And you also have a micro HDMI port on this as well, so that you can use that for display out if you don't want to use USB-C. Taking a look at the other side, you have another USB 3.0 port as well as a headphone jack. Now on the bottom of the tablet itself, you have a port for docking pins so that you can connect the keyboard accessory that you'd buy separately, or you can buy in a bundle with it. Now I'd strongly advise that you guys go ahead and pick this up with it, because it does add a very nice touch and makes it a lot more easier to type on. Not to mention that the keyboard itself is actually very well built, very sturdy, although it is made of plastic, and the keys have a very nice tactile feeling to them when you're using them. So overall, as a whole package, it's very nicely made. Now one more thing that's included in this that's very nice, or a nice feature that you can consider, is the back of it has access to the M.2 drive, meaning that if you want to go ahead and upgrade the already included 256 gig solid state drive in there, you can go ahead and put in a bigger storage one for yourself. Now leading into specs, you've got 8 gigs of RAM. This is running an Intel 9th gen Celeron based processor, which is off of their Gemini Lake architecture. That's not the greatest and latest processor by any means. It is 9th gen, so it's not exactly old either, but it's a Celeron processor, so take that with a grain of salt. That pretty much means you will be limited to using this for most of your office type needs and networking type needs. You will not really be doing any kind of solid gaming on this tablet per se. Now, if you want to do gaming, there's very good Wi-Fi built into this, and I've done testing in different parts of my house to see how valid and how reliable the service on this was when accessing my router, and needless to say, it performed really well. So it was able to capture the 5 gigs networks in all corners of my house, and even with 2 bars, I was getting a constant stream connection with no interruptions and no lag or no pinging issues at all when I was trying to reach my PC or even access my shadow gaming rig. So if you guys are interested in using this for gaming, the only way you're probably going to be able to do it effectively is by streaming another device. So you can set up PS4 remote play on this. You can obviously set up your own Steam Link, or you can get a third-party service such as Shadow to use with this tablet as well, and all of them work flawlessly. As far as having onboard gaming on this itself, it has an integrated graphics card in it, so it's not really going to give you any type of performance. I don't even believe you're going to be able to run Fortnite at a playable frame rate unless you really, really dumb down the resolution and dumb down all the different settings inside there. So again, that's a test I don't even want to bother doing with this specifically, just because I know this architecture really well and its limits. So that's pretty much what you get inside this package. So now one of the key things that I really like about this is the overall design of it. It's very, very sturdily built. And the other thing that's good about it is that no matter how you position the back dock, it never just seems to want to fall flat on itself because of its weight. So the back hinges are actually made of nice sturdy metal, and it does a great job at keeping it supported in any angle that you position it in. So as I wiggle the back stand around, I notice that it actually stays in place and there isn't a lot of flex in it once you let it go and leave it in its spot. So that way you have a lot of angles that you can customize this to make it fit to the right viewing angle of the table that you're sitting on or wherever you decide to use it. Now, of course, this isn't the best idea to use on your lap just because it's not very comfortable like that, but it's a great thing to use on a solid surface such as the one you guys see here. Now, the other cool thing about this is it really does a decent job at mimicking a Surface Pro or a Surface for that matter. With the keyboard, when you fold up the keyboard, it is magnetic as well, and once you do that, it actually turns the screen off and it doesn't activate, it puts it into sleep mode until you go ahead and hit a key. Now, it automatically locks the tablet as well so that you have your safety features in there also. Now, one thing I really did like, so aside from the stand having that really nice rigidness feel to it, the other cool thing about this is that it has a very, very exceptional battery life. Now, I already talked about the Wi-Fi, I already talked about the specs in it. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, a 1080p full IPS display, as well as the 9th gen Celeron-based processor inside this. The display is really nice, but overall, all these things, they go really well together and they still last you a really long time with battery life. So in my testing, and I've done this a couple of times, I was able to squeeze out about 5 to 6 hours of full use, of moderate usage on this. Now, of course, you have to keep in mind that this isn't, being tested with gaming or anything like that, so there's nothing really strenuous on it, which is also why you're getting that better battery life. But when I was streaming stuff from my gaming rig, I didn't notice any slowdowns or any direct impact to the battery that would have prolonged it or shortened its usage unless you go inside and tweak some of the battery profile settings. So overall, battery life is great, form factor is great, build quality is great. The other thing that's nice about it is the thickness of this measures under 1/2 inch, and that's even with the keyboard attached to it. It's a very slim, low profile type tablet. It's very easy to fit into your laptop bag or anywhere that you're going. So if you're a student and you want to have a nice laptop to take with you, you obviously already know what a Surface Pro looks like or a Microsoft Surface base model looks like. So just basically keep that in mind when you're assessing this option. At $400, it's really hard for me to not recommend this tablet. It's a very well priced tablet and you get a lot of bang for buck in this case. You get the keyboard included with it and you get all the different features that you would expect you would get on a Microsoft Surface. Now, the speakers on this guy is not all that great, but they get the job done. You have 2 front-facing speakers, so they give you stereo sound. They're just about average, I'd say. They're not gonna fill up a room with enough sound, but they'll get you enough stuff done if you're trying to listen to some music while you're working. As far as the cameras go, there's a camera on the front and there's a camera on the back, both of which tragically have horrible resolution. And even though they state on this that they're multiple megapixel cameras, I honestly would not recommend you taking a picture of this in any kind of low lighting situation at all, or even wanting to do FaceTime or using Skype or something with your friends and family, or even for work purposes. Make sure you're in a well lit area, otherwise it's not going to look that great. And that was just one of the things that I thought was bad about it. So a lot of the features on this laptop are really well. Now, one of the things that I did not like about it is that you can already see up front is that the bezels are horrendously thick. So yes, that is something you have to deal with on this tablet. It has really thick bezels, which kind of sucks, but you know what, guys? It kind of is what it is with this. It's not that bad. It's not that horrible. I would say I wish that they could make an improvement for this, and maybe going forward, they'll make an improvement where they have thinner bezels or, an all screen type display. But again, these are all features that, which I'm giving this thing minus points on, is things that most flagship brands charge hundreds to thousands of dollars for, right? If you look at some of the other competition out there that makes similar things, you have a lot of those things coming for a big price tag. So at $400, you're basically getting an upgrade path to adding more storage in this, Celeron processor, and a tablet/laptop that very well mimics a Surface Pro with fantastic build quality. I love the all metal body. I love the fact that the keyboard fits really well, and the magnet on the keyboard is actually very strong also. It snaps right in place whenever you want to put it in, and it just lines up like that. So it's really easy to use. And as well, you can, like I said, twist the back stand to make the height adjust exactly how you want it. You can tilt it up like this. You can put it up as basically as high as you want to almost as flat as you want, and even have it go all the way flat down by just folding the stand and using tablet mode. Now, speaking of tablet mode, the one thing I didn't cover yet, which is also very good, is the touch sensitivity on this. The touch is almost, I would say, equivalent to what an iPad feels like. It does not feel any different. We've come a long way now in 2020 as to what the performance of a touch sensitivity looks like on most of the devices that we use, from our phones to tablets to now even laptops. And I'm happy to say that this has no slowdowns, and it doesn't have any kind of area where it suffers in touch responsiveness. So, and that's one thing I've noticed with Teclast. So if you guys remember, I reviewed one of their tablets. I can't remember what model it was specifically off the top of my head right now, but the touch on that thing was fantastic and the display was fantastic as well. The main difference between that was obviously the form factor, and it had Android running on it, but it was a very solid tablet. And now I've come to see that Teclast is one of the few Chinese manufacturers that's really putting out a decent quality product. It's not something that looks really cheap. You can walk into your dorm, or you walk into your classroom, or even your office with a laptop like this, and I'm sure people are gonna ask you, hey, is that a Surface? Because it definitely looks like a Surface. Well, guys, that pretty much concludes my review of the Teclast X4. This is a fantastic tablet, excellent value for the money. If you guys are looking to get something on a budget and you want to get really good access to doing your office network needs, doing all types of different things that you want to have a laptop for, basically, even when it comes to just basic multimedia, and even stream things like games onto this, this is a fantastic deal. And for $400, you can't go wrong, and you'd be hard pressed to find a laptop brand new that offers more value than this and that has better features than this. So keep that in mind as you guys shop around. If you're interested in purchasing it, I'll leave a link in the description where you can pick it up directly from Teclast's own site, or if you want it quicker, you can go ahead and grab it from Amazon, which I'll also leave a link down in the description below. So let me know what you guys think about this laptop. I think it's a fantastic device. I think it's offering great value for the money, and I'd definitely recommend anyone with $400 burning a hole in their wallet and wanting to get a budget laptop to go ahead and pick one of these up, because it's definitely offering a lot of value. So if you guys have an opinion and it's different than mine, or even shares the same, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always curious to hear. And of course, guys, if you like this content and this was helpful in your purchasing decision to decide if you want to buy this laptop, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to this channel, because it definitely helps it grow. And that pretty much covers everything on today's video. Thank you very much for staying through to the end of this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.